All right, this week, parents, for fine motor, we are going to be working on paper manipulation skills in conjunction with Earth Day. So we're going to be using our flyers that come in the mail, and we're going to recycle them. So the first step in the developmental progression of manipulating paper is to be able to crumple paper using two hands. So go ahead and crumple that up, Wyatt. Squish, squish, squish. Make it as small as you can. So he's working on finger strengthening, bilateral coordination here. You can use different kinds of paper. Tissue paper is going to have the least amount of resistance. You can use foil, and then obviously the newspaper is thicker, so you're going to get more finger strengthening using thicker paper. So the next skill that you can also work on is being able to fold a piece of paper in half. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you go ahead and you can add to that by working on targeting skills, throwing it into a recycling bin. So the next part is folding a piece of paper in half and working on making that crease on the side. So again, bilateral coordination skills. And then the next developmental step is to be able to fold a piece of paper into thirds. Good job. And then you can also help your child make a paper airplane just to kind of work on those creases. So we've already started ours here. And so you can fold it for this will be too complicated maybe for your child, but you can go ahead and fold it and then just have them focus using one finger and making the creases on the side and fold that up. And then again, working on those targeting skills, go ahead and throw it into our recycling bin. Lots of finger strengthening, bilateral coordination, manipulation skills. Good job. And then another way that we can use our flyers and magazines or whatever you're throwing out, recyclables, is to work on our cutting skills. So the first step in our cutting skills is to be able to tear paper in half. So these, again, we're just really focused on those bilateral coordination skills, working on them from the beginning of the progression till we can get to this point, because scissor skills are a bilateral coordination skill. So go ahead, we want to rip the paper in half, and when we have our child rip the paper in half, you see how he's going front to back. That's what you want to see. Some kids will do it laterally, so show them side to side. Yeah, so that's not separating. We want the hands to do two opposite things. That's how we create that bilateral coordination, where one hand is doing one thing and the other hand is doing a different thing, so we get separation of both sides of the body. And that's what we need for scissor skills. One hand is stabilizing the paper while the other hand is cutting and manipulating the scissors. And then along with paper tearing, the next developmental skill would be snipping paper. You can hold it up, Wyatt. So just snipping, so just making 3 little snip marks, just like that. And then yes, after your child's mastered snipping, then we're working on cutting the piece of paper in half. And then after they've mastered cutting a piece of paper in half, that's when they'll be ready to cut out shapes or pictures from magazines and things like that, because they'll have more manipulation skills. And we can grade that too by giving them stiffer paper that's easier to manipulate. So this flyer is a lot stiffer than, say, the newspaper flyer, so it makes it a little bit easier. So let me know if you have any questions, and have fun recycling.